Hi everyone, I'm Cece.
Hey guys, I'm Camilla Chantel.
And together we are Wind Down with CCG. So we thought that we wanted to have a little podcast together years ago, like 2019-ish. I come up with the idea of basically like I want to have like a little show of some sort where I had guests or I had topics or whatever. And I always said I wanted it to be Wind Down with CCG. And the beauty of it is both of our initials are CCG, so why not do it together with the person that I love, my sister, my girl. So, we're just going to be talking about different things, life journeys, relationships, advice, whatever the topic is, because, and just have fun with it. So,
yes. We both love creating content, and what better way to do it and go into it than with your sister.
Yes.
So, we're really excited to be here and just make some good content, have conversations about trending topics, viral videos, and then just things like we go through in our daily lives.
Yeah. And I've always struggled with the content creator, I guess, since like I've always wanted to do content. I started a little bit and then I always just stop it, so I wasn't consistent. So like having her here by my side, it'll kind of help me be motivated to doing the content.
Our podcast name is Wind Down with CCG, so we will be having a featured drink of the day. What are we drinking today?
So today we are drinking the Apothic Inferno wine. It's like the same line that the Snoop Dogg wine line was. Very robust. It's a little dry, but I mean, it's not too bad. Like, I like it.
Yeah, it's nice. I'm not a big drinker, but it's all right. I probably wouldn't pick it up again, but it's cool, I guess.
Yeah, I was about to say, like, when I came up with the idea, Wind Down with CCG, I was in college or whatever. So, your girl was drinking heavily, sort of. So, I was like, yes, wine, all this and that. But, now that I'm a little older, the drinking has taken a halt. So, still get down with the wine. And yeah, just...
Yes.
So, how's your minty?
How's your minty?
My minty's good, I do teach, that's pretty much all I'm going to say about that. Since we're out for the summer, I'm just relaxing or whatnot. Next week, I have some summer classes, and it's going to be very rigorous, so just trying to relax for that time being. But right now, I'm doing good, bills paid, cute, doing my thing. And what about you? How's your minty?
Well, my minty is pretty good. I've just been relaxing. I recently left teaching my full-time position. Definitely still into education. Want to stay in that field. So, I'm technically out of school right now too. I was subbing in the meantime after leaving my full-time job. That's been a little hard, I won't lie, on my mental, just because I'm like, now again back on the job market, and everybody knows how hard that is in 2026. It's probably been hard, but it's a different ball game nowadays. So I'm just kind of like trudging through, just really trying to find my place. And yeah, overall though, I wouldn't say I'm bad or super good. I'm just right in the middle, kind of coasting. So yeah, but I mean, I'm excited. I mean, I'm happy because I love summer, and when it's warm, it just makes me feel like just lit. I don't know. Even if I'm not doing anything, I just feel good because it's hot. But I'm just in between.
Okay, I feel that. So, getting into some topics a little bit. So, being outside, being inside, now that it's the summertime, how do you feel about being outside on top of cars?
Well, I love being on top of cars because it just makes me feel alive. Like, I feel like life is all about making memories, experiences, and just enjoy it, especially when you have your youth and just like your mobility. Like, you should be turning up. Like, I'm not one of them people who just feel like, oh, let me stay inside. Like, no, I'm getting too old, because now all of a sudden, once you turn 25, you're old to everybody. But to moi, I feel like as long as you have it, you should be like just enjoying it and making memories. So I love being on top of cars.
See,
what about you?
At one point in time, I did love being on top of cars, but I had that mentality like, I'm getting older, let me stay inside. But also, like, on the other end, we went out for like the first time in like 6 to 8 months, like I promise you. And it was like the best time. I felt like I was dancing all freely and I was just having the time. The men's was out.
No.
Okay.
Stop.
Okay. Sorry. The niggas was out, and they was doing a big one. As soon as we walked up into the club or bar or whatever we was at, someone came in, nice locks, long hair did. He was all like, "Oh, you look nice." I'm like, "You look nice too." Like, so it was fun. Like a time was had, and so I definitely want to venture back out. Not doing too much, but just a little bit. I'm still young. Like, I'm only 28. I'm about to be 29 in 2 months, period, poo. But yeah, I'm like, I don't know why I be acting like a granny. I don't know if it's just like my job. So it's like, I go to my job, come home, be sleep, you know what I'm saying, eat dinner or whatever. And it's like, when we went out, it was fun. And like, recently, I went on a date or whatnot, and it felt good. Like, I was like, okay, like, this is cute or whatever. Like, I could definitely do this more. So I just have to get out there. Like, I just have to start small, go to a few bars. Like, I'm not a club girly. I don't think I've ever really been a club girly. Like, even when I went to the clubs, I just was not feeling it. But we recently had a conversation, and I basically told her, like, if we go out, I like going out in groups. Like, if it's like 5 or 6 of us, it's like it feels hype. It's like, yes, like I look to my left, I look to my right, I see my friends. But when it's just us two, we have a time. Don't get it twisted. We have a ball. But it's different. I just feel like I'm on the lookout, like trying to be like, okay, like who at the door, like who's coming in, like who's doing what fight's about to break out. But when I'm with a group of friends, I just feel a little bit more safe, if that makes sense. Because I go into big sister mode. Oh, by the way, I don't know if we even said it. Did we say it? We're sisters.
Yeah, we said it.
Oh, we said it. Okay.
Yeah, because I said, what better way than to go into it with your sister?
Okay, yeah. So, like I go on big sister mode whenever we go out at times. Like, even if she don't know that I'm going into sister mode, I am. So a lot of times I can't really fully enjoy myself. But, when we're with a group of people, it just feels more fun. Like one time, this was like 3 years ago. Me, her, my brother and sister-in-law, we went out. When I say we had a ball, and it was like our brother was there.
Yeah, that was one of the best times. Like, if I have to rate it, like I have times in my head where I remember not vaguely, but what is it called?
Like,
it's not vaguely. It's another word that's like, vividly. I have vivid times where I went out that I rank, and that's one of the times, like definitely top 10, maybe even top 5.
Definitely.
Because it was such a good time. You could just really let loose. And yeah, I do agree. Like, our brother was there. I did feel safe because I knew he had us,
He wasn't going to let no weirdos, no crazies get to us. So it was like, it felt good. It was like,
yeah.
And then he drove, and that's another thing. When you don't got to drive, you can get as turned and as lit as you want to. So we knew he was the driver. He was going to keep us safe. He might have had a couple beers here and there. So
yeah.
Drink. Another one. So,
and honestly, that is I can see that because I am a club girly, or I used to be. Like, I don't really care for it now. I don't have to go, but when I was in college, I was like, where's the parties at? Where's the niggas at? Like, hey Krista, can you take me? Can you take us to the club? And she would be like, so I can, now when I look back in hindsight, okay, I can see how that's annoying, because it was like every day, every other day, definitely on the weekends. I'm like, hey Krista, because she was driving, I wasn't, and I wanted to be in the clubs, but I didn't personally have to be in a group, because it was always me and just either me and my friend, or me and 2 of my friends, and that was it. So it wasn't a big group, but I never felt like I was in danger, even though I probably was a few times. Definitely was, with where we were located,
because all the parties was getting not shot up, but like it was like every time they go somewhere, it'd be like police sirens and stuff. And then it was like, there was one time where this one had the nerve to call me like twice to get them to pick them up. take them to another party.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, okay, so now I'm dropping you off here. It's going to get shut down in 20 minutes. Then I'm going to have to come back again to get you. And it was like, I mean, thankfully those couple parties that you had was on the street where I stayed. So I was like, okay, like it's not as bad, but I was just annoyed because I'm like, I'm trying to be inside. I'm trying to watch my Netflix and chill, drink a little drink. And she's calling me, and then not only her, it was like her friends, all scallywags coming up in the car. Ain't nobody offer a piece of gas money.
We didn't have no gas money.
I didn't have no gas money. That's the crazy part.
No,
I had no gas money. I was scraping $10, $15 a week trying to put in the gas tank on my McDonald's paycheck that I barely got $125 working 40 hours on. So...
Yeah, so I definitely wasn't cognizant of how annoying that could have been. But I said all that to say, I didn't really care about being in groups. I was just there to have a good time. Now that when I started working at my last place of work, beauty retail, is called Sephora. Anyway, I met like a group of girls, and we went out a few times, and that changed my perspective. Now, those are definitely top 5, and I had the best time ever because, sometimes when you're in a group, they know more people. They might bring some more people, or those people can get you into other places, and then you just end up having a great time. And yeah, it was I just had a lot of fun, more fun with groups than I did with just one other person. But I will say those times in college are goated, and I still had fun with one person. But yeah, I definitely can see why she would want to go out in groups versus not. But even in college though, if it's me, her, and somebody else that's still a group, and she still wouldn't really want to come out. So it's kind of like she could say groups, but it is kind of like, girl, I don't really know if you're telling the truth or if you just,
So on the flip side of that, I was thinking about how, yes, when we went out, okay, I really am a kickback person. Like, I learned that a long time ago in college. Like, okay, backtrack a story. My freshman year of college, when I say I was outside, we was outside. Nobody had a car. We was walking to every kind of party. There was this old abandoned type of house across the street from the campus that we used to party up. Like, I don't even know who owned it, but we used to stay at that house. But then there was one day where basically me and my friends, we were planning to go out to a party, and long story short, for whatever reason, we were like, okay, I don't really want to go out. And I was like, me either. Let's just stay in for the night. And, I went to sleep. Then in the morning, I woke up and, long story short, 2 of the students, there was a shooting and 2 of the students died. And I don't think they ever caught the person who shot up the party. So that kind of changed my perspective on going out and stuff and doing parties. So we were in we were in the university choir at our school, and so all of our friends, we used to have something. Someone had something like every week, every weekend, on a Wednesday night, we just get lit. So I think for me, that was like safe. I knew everybody, you know what I'm saying? Like, I knew there was nobody coming in bringing nothing, dangerous or crazy crack pop, you know what I'm saying? Like, nobody was doing that. So I was like, okay, this is where I belong. Like, I like this. So I think that's my main thing. So I don't know, like, even when we go out with friends, like, I be having fun, but like after a couple hours, it's like, all right, let's go on back and finish the night out at somebody's crib. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. I think that's just my thing. Like, I like to go out. Like, don't get me wrong. There's sometimes where I'm like, oh my gosh, like I'm every woman or something like that. But for the most part, if I can just stay in the house, go to a kickback with people that I know, I'm good. I'm chilling.
Yeah, that's definitely fair. Like, I think now that I'm a little bit older, I can kind of relate to that a little more. Like, after a certain time, like, all right, like, it's time to reel it on in. But I won't lie and say, if I had like 3 people who would be outside and they like, oh, we gotta move till 5 a.m. I'm not gonna sit here and say I wouldn't do that. I would definitely be outside, because it's like I said, I think you should experience that. To me is like an experience. It's life. You're gonna make memories, you're gonna have fun, you get to like dress up, look cute. Like, that's also another reason why I like going out, is because I got to put on like a cute outfit and just be cute. Like,
okay, and then that probably is another reason why I don't like to go out, because she already know me better than anybody. Anytime we are getting ready to go somewhere, I look at myself and I'm like, on top of cars. I'm just doing well. I'm not scamming niggas at, and then I'll look in the mirror, or like she'll come out and I'm like, oh, that's how we moving. I'll be good, like getting ready and feeling myself, and then she'll come out. Like, at the end of the day, like, we all have our insecurities, our problems, whatever. But if you look, she's a baddie. Like, she really is. And so,
she's a baddie too. That's the real tea.
But not even like I'm saying like, oh, she's a baddie. Look at me, I'm shy. It's more of like, I don't know. I be feeling like I keep it safe sometimes. So then when she comes out, I be wanting to match people's vibe. So like some of my friends, they dress down. Like all of my friends, they like look the part. And sometimes I feel like I be looking like the oddball out. Like I look like the mama or something like that. And sometimes that's not the case. Yeah, but I don't know. I just think that's another thing. Like she likes to get ready and she likes looking at herself in the mirror and be like, like I'm about to step. And then when I do it, my brain is kind of like, I already have that, something's not going to look right. And then I get in front of the mirror and I'm like, the dimples in my legs or something. It'd be something so dumb. I'm like, my legs too shiny, my feet or something. And it'd be dumb sometimes. Like, so I feel like, okay, maybe I just need to calm down. But like I had on this shirt and it was cute, like, and we went out, when I say like, the niggas was staring. So it was just like, one guy was with his girl, was all up in my mouth when I was talking to another nigga. And then when they left, he had to get a look up at us and see like what we look like. Like, yeah, T. Just at times I just have to boost myself. So I think that's the reason why sometimes I don't be wanting to go out, because I'm just like, I'm being a little negative, where hers is more like, okay, we going out, we about to have a time, we about to have a ball. And so it's just like, I don't know.
Because, that's what I wanted to say, was I definitely do feel like sometimes it is the group, like it's a combination of all those things, but sometimes I feel like she'll be excited to go out and it'll be like the outfit thing a lot of the times, or just feeling like, oh, I don't know if I really like what I have on, and I'm always kind of nervous when I ask her to go out. Not recently, but I'm like, oh Lord, she gonna not have an outfit, or she gonna, like, she kind of like, don't tell me the last minute because of the outfit thing. And I'm sometimes a last minute person. Like sometimes I just get this rush to want to go out, but I feel it. Like, if I want her to come out, then I should have the decency to tell her ahead of time. But I do feel like a lot of the times of her not wanting to go out was just feeling like she doesn't have the fit that she wants, or the look that she wants to like accomplish. She may not be able to do that how she wants to. And so then she's kind of like, well, I don't want to go out.
Yeah, because I'm about to say, like, I already said, like, my friends and her, like, they step. Like, when we go out, like, they step. And, like, there are times where I do feel like we went to the Duran Bernard concert.
She looked really cute at the concert. And I was like, girl, this is one of your best fits, and you look really good. And she just was not hearing it. Like, the whole time, I'm like, what the heck is wrong with her? She looks good.
It's funny. I don't know, because then it's just like I said, it's just like everyone's outfit was like, boom, boom, wham, wham. So I was just kind of like,
a jean skirt with some dunks, and my hair was half up, half down. Like, it was a chill outfit.
Cute, but I don't know. It's different.
I feel you though. I completely understand what you're saying. Because but I felt the same way. Like sometimes I want to go out, and then I don't, like, the outfit I imagine, it does not look how I imagine, and I don't look good, and so I'm like, damn, I don't want to go out anymore. But I done already asked her to go out, or I done already agreed to go somewhere with somebody, and then the night isn't how I want it, because I don't feel my best. Right. But then there are times like when I do want to go out, I already have an outfit I've imagined. I put it on, I feel good, I look good. I'm like, okay, yeah, it's about to be a good night. So yeah, it definitely does depend on the outfit and stuff. So that's fair.
Okay. All right, so we're gonna get into another topic. So I kind of already know a little bit of her take, but I just want her to like explain a little bit more. Dating apps. All right. So me personally, I am on dating apps. I have been on dating apps since I was in college, and a lot of times I'll take a hiatus and then I'll go back. So how do you feel about dating apps, sister girl?
So I am a bit wary about dating apps. So I was introduced to dating apps when I got to college. So my freshman year of college, I was freshly out of a relationship from high school. And I definitely got on there. Most popular was Tinder at the time. And now you have like Hinge and Bumble.
Mm-hmm.
And there's Facebook dating now, which I was like, oh, that's new. Anyway, Tinder, after being on there for a bit and meeting a few people, some did go further than just, laying down, but it never got to the point of like a relationship, and it just was like a bunch of situationships being created. And so to me, that's what I feel like a lot of people, mostly guys, are on dating apps for, is to find somebody to hook up with for like a few days, a few nights, and just kind of get one in quickly and not actually building a like relationship. And so when I first got on there, I wanted to meet guys, but I did want to meet them to date and then possibly get in a relationship. It was never to just sleep around. But I do feel like that's the culture of online dating, and I think it is better to meet someone in person and like actually get a feel for them right away like that than to be on apps consistently. I think you should be on apps if you really want to just like have fun, hang out, and like do, but I don't know if it's actually going to yield a like long relationship. It could. There are like situations where people get in relationships from dating apps, but there's more so just hookups, in my opinion. But what do you think?
Like, okay, to a certain, okay, I do agree, but like, okay, I guess for me, like, I realized, like, no shade, like, dating apps for black people, black women versus like our counterparts, like white people, it's different. Because I know a few girls who like are married with kids and they met on Tinder. And so I'm thinking like, oh, okay, like I can find my happily ever after.
That's a good point.
From Tinder, like, but I have to realize, like, it's different, what I'm saying? Like, it's just a different culture for them and us. So it's just like, but my problem with dating apps is like, nobody can be real anymore. No one can just say what they really want. Like, there are some people that I've come across that did say what they want, and then I could move accordingly. But for the most part, they're all fake. Like, niggas is liars. They're fake. Like, legit, their bio would be like, a lover boy. I want to take you out on dates. I want to do this. I want to do that. Then they message me, and they like, hey, let me pull up to the house. Let me bring a bottle.
Yeah.
First of all, you're not coming to my place of residence. Mm-hmm. Second, your whole bio is a lie. Like, it is never truthful. Like, there was one guy that, like, I kind of recently, like, matched with or whatever. He messaged me, and, he basically told me, like, his rundown. He was like, I want to take, you out on dates and get to know you, but I do want it to be more of a friends with benefits type of vibe. And I was just like, I understand, I get it, thank you for being honest with me, but truthfully, I'm just too old. I'm getting too old for the friends with benefits title. That's just not me. Yeah. And he was like, I'll take you out on dates and get to know you. I was like, yeah, but the friends with benefits is what's getting me, like. Now, granted, he is pretty young. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
So I kind of expect that from him, but also I do appreciate that he wasn't lying about it. He was just like, I want a friends with benefits, and then we build the relationship. But I'm like, I don't know. Like, I just feel like, yes, there are relationships that are built on people that were friends with benefits that were just messing around, and then they got serious. But I'm like, I don't want to take that chance, and then you friends with benefiting with me and 3 other girls. Exactly. So that's my main thing. But it's just like, I've had some like good times, from online dating, but I'm not gonna lie, I've had some very bad experiences. Yeah. And like I was when I say I was outside in college, like I was going places. And when I got my little car, my first car, Coco, when I got her, oh baby, when I say like you trying to chill, I'm trying to do that, I'm trying to do that. I'm driving across town to get that. Mm-hmm. And I'm just like, girl, if you want a husband, you can't be doing those activities. Like, anytime, if a man is like wanting to meet you after 10 p.m. for real. No, like you have to put your foot down. The only time I went out with someone and it was like 9 something is because we were seeing a 10 o'clock movie. Other than that, that's it. Like, dating apps are really trash, but like somehow, but it's like I be wanting to be getting some more. Like I'm gonna take off about 3, 4, 5 months, and then I'll just be like, let me just see who out there. Let me see who likes me, who wants to match with me, and go from there. So it's like, I don't know. And then I just hate like niggas just, they really be slow for real, because dating apps, like, it's fun. Like, I like the way she looks at it. It's like, if you just want a little fun time, go on a little date here and there, nothing serious, want a little do-wop-bop, then yes.
Yeah, if you're looking for a fun time, absolutely. Of course, there's always something that can happen. Like, no one's saying you will never find nobody on a dating app. No, it's just the majority. We all know, like, where this road leads down, and you have that by experience. Like, your experience with dating apps shows you that that's kind of like what the people you're dating or that you're interested in, this is kind of like what majority is looking for, is like a fun time. So absolutely, if you want to have somebody on your phone, on your line to call and text and talk a little bit, and if you want a little do-wop-bop, then sure. But you know, I just don't think I think it's better to meet somebody in person so you can really get a feel for their energy and just kind of have that conversation, that one-on-one, and it's more like personable, in my opinion. So yeah, but like I said, it's no harm, no foul. It's all fun, but you can absolutely find somebody. But I don't think it's a best option to be on it longer than like a year. If you're not finding anything, then just get off. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's go out. You don't have to go to the club, but you can definitely put yourself in certain rooms, certain situations, or kickbacks where people can introduce you to their friends, and their friend might have a friend, and then you hit it off that way. But yeah.
I think my problem is that I be looking for love. Like, I'm looking for love, so it's like when I go and I see a bio that's like, I want to find my forever love, me Bella. Like, I want a wife, you know, I want to eventually have kids, get married, you know, meet me at the altar in your white dress. So a lot of times I'll be like, okay, swipe right. And then, okay, I know this is going to sound real ghetto, but Facebook has a dating app. And I know as ghetto as that sounds, Facebook has a dating app, so you can see when someone likes you first. So a lot of times I can go ahead and I have a list, a roster of people who have liked me. And a lot of times I'll be like, no, swipe left. And then I'll be like, okay, this is cute, swipe right. But it just never fails. Like, majority of the men who say they want this, they want that, they want the same thing as you, they're lying. And a lot of times you won't find, or you won't realize that they just lying until you like put your foot down or you stand firm. So like one guy that I went on a date with a few weeks ago or whatever, he had messaged me like, do you want to go out, or do you want to, I want to see you, and blah, blah, blah. You know, to any woman, they're like, oh, he wants to see me, like, yeah, period. But he's like, you know, I don't get off till midnight. No, like you have to shut that down, because if I would have gotten myself together, put on a little, you know, take a little shower, perfume, did a little eyebrow, a little lip, and met him at 12:30 in the morning, we already know what was going to be happening. Then if I would have shut that down while we were there, he's going to be like, well, like, you already know what was finna go out. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, you got to stand firm. And, of course, we're no longer talking because I stood firm in how I want it. I'm like, I don't want to, you know, we've only went out on a date, only been talking for a little bit. I don't want to go to anyone's house. I don't want you at my house. So, yeah. So, advice from our friend, Davina, she said, you got to dog these niggas. And, I mean, she's not lying. Like, you really do have to be kind of mean to them. And I hate that because I'm not mean. Like, I'm a nice person. So, being mean to men, like, what? Like, hurry up. Like, I don't feel like I can do that. But also, it's like, why not? Like, they don't be caring how they treat me, how they treat women, and how they be playing and lying and stuff. So I'm like, why should I care how they feel?
Yeah, exactly.
So yeah.
Yeah, I definitely can agree with that statement. Like, it is, you kind of do have to be very firm and very stoic when it comes to these niggas out here, especially nowadays. I mean, I can't speak for back in the day because what I've heard from generations, they all been the same. It's just more visible now with social media.
Yeah.
But you really do have to be firm, and you can't be super nice, girl, because you are going to get ran over. And like, you can be a hopeless romantic all you want, but you really just have to understand a lot of men are very similar, cross cultures and everything. Other cultures might commit to you faster, but it don't take away that they're still ain't shit sometimes. Like,
right.
They still have these like men tendencies. Now, that's not to say take away like the personhood from a man. Like, there are good people who happen to be men, and you don't have to dog them out. You don't have to be rude.
Right.
But a lot of times you really do have to like set your boundaries, be firm, and just let them know like, this is not acceptable. I'm not playing that. And if they can get with it, then that's the person for you. If they can't, then it's like, cool. Like, there's 1,000,001 niggas that act like you out here. So you just really have to just be like, yeah. So I can agree, and she know how I was in my relationship, like how I was, But to me, it's like there was no other option. Like, I'm just gotta be real. If you don't like it, I'm okay at the end of the day. I'm gonna be sad for however long, and then I'm gonna find somebody else. So
yeah. Facts.
All right. So for topic 2, I'm gonna touch on streaming university. So have you heard of streaming university at all?
I have. I actually watched a few people, like few streamers when the first round or whatever went. And I thought it was pretty funny. It was cool. Like, I genuinely liked that Casanet gave a lot of streamers the opportunity. Like, that was my main thing. Like, he helped so many streamers get a platform, upgrade their platform. So I definitely love that about the whole situation. And at the end of the day, we was entertained. Like, there were so many different things, people that I didn't know. Or, like, some of my friends were like, did you watch the Streamer University? Like, did you know this person? I'm like, no. They're like, check them out. And, like, you saw different point of views. Like, so I thought that was really cool.
Exactly. So, yeah, I just brought that up because I feel like Streamer University is a really great opportunity for really all content creators. I know it's mostly streamers, of course, because it's called Streamer University. But there are people who make, like, videos, YouTube videos, just content in general. I feel like it's a really great opportunity for them to get introduced to a larger audience. And I will say, like, I appreciate Kai for even coming up with the idea because he has a lot of resources and a lot of access, and that really does help people get put on so they can earn a living just like him and his group AMP, so that they can go on to be like the next stars. And I mean, let's be honest, we all love watching content. We love watching YouTube videos. Yeah. We need a little entertainment. Like, most people don't watch cable TV anymore. We're on our phones, we're on TikToks, we're on the YouTubes. Like, we want to see new people and things that we relate to. So me personally, like, the negative discourse, I don't really understand. I don't know why it matters how old you are to go to Streamer University. I think it's more so just like Kai giving a helping hand because he has the resources. So right. I just wanted to like bring that up and let people know, like, it's a really good opportunity for those who stream and just trying to grow their audience.
I definitely agree. Like, at the end of the day, I feel like we all can eat. Like, I feel like everybody can do their thing, everyone can do their big one, everyone can show their personality, and everybody get paid for it. Like, because at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like a lot of the people that be hating, they want that fame, they want the followers, they want their stuff to blow up, and I think that's what it is. I just feel like, and there's a reason why probably you're not blowing up like you want to, because you're doing too much. You're thinking you're being a hater, yeah. So it's just like, bro, like, we all can eat. Like, you know how many burger places, fast food there are, and all of them got bread, hella bread. Like, all of them are making money. McDonald's, Burger King, both of them right beside each other. They both doing good. So it's kind of like, why can't the next person? And then I just hate that because it's like, everybody says that, oh, like, I'm supportive, you know, I'm a girl's girl, like, I'm doing this, oh, my dog, my nigga. But then it's just like, you're literally silently hating. And some of them are openly hating. So that's another thing. I'm like, that's definitely not cute. Exactly. At all. And it's just like, I don't know, I don't feel like, why can't we all eat? Like, I feel like as long as your content isn't like bashing people, isn't being a bully, isn't, you know, hurting anybody or a group of people, I feel like, why not, you know what I'm saying? And the thing about it is, the thing that blows my mind is that if there's something you don't like, people can't just not interested, boom, never see that creator again. They have
It's
to
really that simple, yeah.
Twitter finger. They have to get on there,
Yeah.
type in a long ass paragraph, and being like, "Oh, why you think you cute? Oh, you think you better?" And it's just like you could have just simply, not my taste, and gone on to.
And like people don't even attack the racist and all the people actually causing harm to groups of people online.
Right.
But the person who's talking about like just an opinion, they will literally jump down your throat. I'm like, why am I getting all this backlash? Like, right. Why is it
an opinion? To go into TJ Maxx to getting a Juicy Couture bag. Juicy. Oh, yes. We did have Juicy Couture.
Like, okay, cool.
Bitch, I don't give a damn.
Like, this is about
we
me.
get it. Like this is like I'm just telling you. I'm putting on to the girlies who maybe don't have $200, $300, $400, $500 to spend on a purse online. But if you go to your local Burlington, TJ Maxx, or whatever, Marshalls, and you get a bag for $35 and it's just as cute, it's hitting just the same. Let them do that. Like, I be seeing comments, people be like, "Oh, did that bag ugly for real?" And I'm just like, what was the point of doing that and saying that?
Miserable people out here, and it's really sad. Because honestly, even if I had it, like, I can't lie and say I wouldn't get the real thing, but I will say I would rather have multiple like bags that aren't real. Like, I really don't care about what's real and what's not. I think whatever looks good on you is what matters. But anyway, if I had the money, I would still shop at these places because it doesn't matter. Like, I would never hate on somebody shopping at TJ Maxx or if something's real or fake. If it looks good, it looks good. So I just feel like people expound too much energy on what other people are doing. But like she said, it's because they really want to be in that spot and they just are projecting because they don't have that opportunity or they're not where they want to be at. So shout out Streamer U. I think it's a great opportunity for those who are, trying to make it. Now, I will say, like, the whole audition thing and like the in-person, I feel like that might be a little bit far-fetched because he knows there's going to be thousands of people in line who are just wasting their day that's not going to get in because from what I've seen, he is kind of like highlighting people who already have a platform. And I'm like, I thought, we need those big people so the people who are coming up can like get some attention on them. But it's like, why have in-person auditions knowing it's going to be an overflow of people who aren't going to make it? That part I'm kind of like eerie about, and he should just kept it online like he did last year. But other than that, the idea of Stream University, I think is really good for those who are trying to grow.
I definitely agree. All right, so our last topic of the day, we're going to talk about old flames coming back into your life and how do you feel about that. So, do you want to go? You want me to go first?
I guess I'll touch on it. Okay. So, I mean, I think a lot of the girlies, if not all, has had at least one scallywag come back into try to hit them up. Like, if you post like a cute picture, they might slide in the DMs because you're looking good, or just randomly hit you up one day. And I mean, okay, before I say that, I would say like sometimes it can feel flattering, but from experience, what I've learned is like, or what I've been told, like what the girlies say online is, it's more so to see if they still have access to you. And I do kind of agree with that because there was this one guy that I was just in awe, like infatuated with. And it didn't matter how many times, it would just be clear as day. In hindsight, it's clear as day. At that time, it wasn't because, Negroes will feed you like little breadcrumbs and you will be so just in like camp or whatever it is with them that you don't see like, oh my gosh, he's playing with me. Like he's living his black ass life and I'm just sitting here just waiting for him. But yeah, so he would come back into my life, like say little things that would make me feel like, oh my gosh, like okay, like this is gonna be something because of how we like started. And then he would fall back, then he'd come back, then he, go back. And I'm just like, okay, like at one point I had to embarrass myself to really get the picture. And then that's when I was like, oh, okay, I'm being bamboozled. So I have like, I would say like, I wouldn't call it a love-hate thing. Like in the moment it feels good because like, oh yeah, I still got it. But in hindsight it's kind of like, yeah, like that this don't mean anything. Right. So yeah, I just feel like when an old flame comes back, don't entertain it. Honestly, I know it's gonna be hard to fight the urge, but just leave them on scene. Turn your red receipts on, and just let them see that you read the message, and just go on about your day. Because sometimes there is a reason why he even has to come back. He's not still in your life. Now, before you start your story, I want to ask: do you think that there's a possibility that an old flame has changed, and you would allow him back into your life? And what do you think you would have to see changed for him to allow him back in?
Like, I think a whole 360, like, say at the time you didn't have a car, you didn't have a job, you didn't have your own place, you didn't have this. Now you came back, you have all of those things and then some. And yes, I know people are like, that's materialistic. Okay, yes, but you gotta think, like, my old flames that I'm talking about people that I was fucking with when I was 22. I'm 28. So it's like, if you ain't got your shit together, 22, 28, there's a problem. Yeah. So that's my thing. Like, you gotta have a whole, like, I get it. 22, we shouldn't have our stuff together. Like, that, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's realistic. But 28, 29, 30, we're still not perfect. Like, I'm still not perfect. But yeah, just things that I didn't have before, I have now. And it's like, I just feel like if you want to entertain me, you have to have those things. So.
Okay, so those would be your, like, the things that would make you maybe not entertain, but like allow them back in your space and just get to re-know them.
And they get to re-know them and just kind of see how their emotional and their mental is, because
that's important. The mental, emotional,
yeah. Sure. So like, we can get into it. So like, okay, I kind of get like PTSD a little bit whenever I'm on any dating site or at all, and I see the name Darius. Okay, and I'm not trying to categorize all Dariuses, saying they ain't shit or whatever, but like the couple that I've encountered have been just the worst experiences of my life. So basically, okay, no offense, like if you see this, sorry, but like, okay, so old flames coming back. Like, so this guy, I had a situationship with him for like 2 years, and it didn't really take till I met another girl that I worked with, and I seen that they followed each other on Instagram, and I talked to her. I was like, hey girl, how you know Darius? She was like, which Darius? I was like, you know what Darius. And she was like, oh yeah, that's been my sneaky link for about 3-4 years. And I was like, okay, so that kind of made me think, okay, so I'm not your one and only, like you're saying, like, you know. And a thing about him, you know, let's get into it. He had the good deed. That's all that was. That's it. That's all he was. There was nothing going on. He didn't have a car, so anytime we met up, I picked him up. He was in between jobs. Like, the 2 years we was messing around or whatever, like, I promise you, he had like 3 or 4 jobs. Like, cool, he kept a job, but it was like, anytime he was like not feeling a job, it was like he was done with it. He, you know, so he didn't have that motivation. And then lastly, he didn't have a place to stay. He was staying with his parents, and I don't know his situation. I guess he got kicked out. He was whatever. He wasn't contributing, of course. And then the last straw was he had a child, but he was never taking care of the child. So that's when I say old flames. So like, maybe like what, 2 years after, like 2 or 3 years after I like stopped messing with him. Shoot, it might have been like, might have been like 3-4 years, because I do remember during COVID, you know, I was meeting up with him, because she always used to be like, are y'all gonna wear a mask? I'm like, wear a mask while I'm do-hopping? No. So
were we living together?
Because remember, I moved back home here.
I think that's why I was asking, because I was scared.
Because she was like, this COVID, like, you not gonna wear a mask? I'm like, girl, why would we wear a mask? We're gonna be face to face. So like, so, you know, during that time, he didn't have any of those things. And like, there were times where like, like, not to say this, like, you know, I'd be at my friend's house or something, and he'd be over there or whatever, you know, love y'all. But yeah, because okay, at the time I moved back home with my parents after I graduated college, and then COVID started. So I graduated fall of December 2019. Then, COVID happened. And so I moved back home with my parents. So he had nowhere for me to meet him. So I would drive 35 minutes to get him, park in an abandoned spot. We do our thing. I take him back home and leave. So he didn't have any of the necessities, just the basic necessities that you need as an adult. So if he were to ever come back into my life, and then we seen him, what,
like
a year and a half ago or so, we were at the gym. He was working there, and he looked like he saw a ghost. I walked in all cute. I was like, "Hi," did my little Planet Fitness, went into the the locker rooms. I was like, "Bitch, that's Darius," and she's like, "You sure?" I'm like, "Girl, I know him." So, I'm like, he probably still the same. I'm on the treadmill, we working out. And then I'm like, that has to be him. I know it is. Then he hit the corner and hit back and got in front of the machine and was talking to me and was basically saying stuff like, "Oh yeah, my friend said you're the one that got away. You were the best thing that ever happened to me." Blah, blah, blah. And in my brain, I'm like walking. I'm like, yeah, I know. Like, of course, like, duh. So if he were to ever come back into my life, I don't think I would take him back, but let's just say he did. And he was really serious about us, being together or whatever. He would definitely have to have to have a car. He has to have a place. Even if he had like a roommate or whatever, cool. He has his own room, bathroom, his own his own space or whatever. What else? He needs to have a steady job. Because at the end of the day, like, in my brain, I knew mentally I was checking out when, like, I was driving him to work. He's like, "Can we stop by Burger King so I can get some breakfast?" I'm like, "Sure." He ordered his stuff. I ordered my stuff through the drive-thru. Or he ordered his stuff, and she was like, "Do you have another order?" He was like, "Yeah, 2 orders." I was like, 2 orders? So I was like, okay, this ain't gonna work. Because why am I taking you to work, pick you up from work, you can't even get me a sausage, egg, and cheese biscuit meal with orange juice,
Exactly.
a medium hash brown. I was like, dang, like, it's really like that. And the reason why it made me think of this topic was because I was going through my pictures. Like, I recently just got a new phone, and I was looking through all of my pictures, deleting stuff, and I stumbled across a text from him saying, like, "I really love you." And that's when I was like, oh, bitch, like, please, like, Negro, please.
Right.
So I was just like, man, like, you really had me, and I say the term digmatized. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, in my brain, I was like, oh my gosh, like, he has a son. I'm going to have this baby girl. We're going to be together. He's going to get himself together, get right. But it was like, that's not my job to change him. Like, you're a grown man, and us now that we are approaching 30, if you come to me, you have to have your stuff together. And like, that's like with the guy that I just recently went on a date with. Like I said, we no longer talk, but he didn't have a car. Like, he lifted to the movie theaters. And here's the thing, I'm very understanding, and that's my problem. Like, I'm very understanding. I got, like, okay, we have situations come up. If something happened to my car for a couple weeks and it's in the shop and I have to Uber everywhere, okay, cool. That's like my situation. But I just feel like as a grown adult, not even as a man, like as a grown adult, if you can't, like, if you don't have the drive to get yourself back to where you were, like, you know what I'm saying? You shouldn't be dating. You shouldn't be hitting up old flames. Like, it just,
focus on
you gotta focus.
Things right
and
now.
That's the problem. Like, everybody's like, I want to be in love. I want to find my wife. But I'm like, but you can't even provide for yourself. Yeah. So how are you going to provide for me? Like, I always say, like, yes, I'm single. And yes, I want to be in a relationship. But my thing is, if you can't help me, if like we get together and you're not making my life better mentally, emotionally, but realistically, financially, you know what I'm saying? Like, if my bills are like $2,000 something a month. That's how much my bills altogether cost. If that $2,000 doesn't go down when I'm with you, we have nothing to talk about. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not saying you have to pay my rent and all this and that, but I just feel like as a provider, if you want me to be your wife, that $2,000 got to go down to like at least $1,300. Like, at least. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, do something like, oh, you know, we're going out on dates, or I live 40 minutes away from you. Let me pay your car note. Like, let me pay the insurance. Like, let me do something. Like, let me give you gas money. Like, I just feel like a lot of men, they want to be the leaders. They want us to submit or whatever, but it's like they're not doing the things that our daddy do. Like, our dad pays all the bills. Like, he does all the stuff. So it's kind of like he changes a tire. Like, he changes our oil. Like, so it's just like, how do you expect us to take you seriously if you're not even going to take yourself seriously? So I would say, don't go back to the old flames unless you know for a fact. Like, if you were with someone when you were like high school and like you come back as an adult, okay, that's different.
That is different.
But like I said, the last time we messed with each other was like, I was like 22. Mm-hmm. We're 28, about to be 29. I think he might be even 29 now. But like, it's different. You gotta move a little different. So I feel like you shouldn't go back to the old flames. Like, unless they really are like, hey, you know, I messed up. I was childish at the time. I didn't have my stuff together. I have all my stuff together. I want to be with you. I understand now that you were so great to me. You pushed me. There were times where he was going to give up. And I was like, do good, do this. So, like, you're doing this. You got you a job. You know, you're trying. You know what I'm saying? Like, do this for your son. And I remember he was like, why do you care so much? I'm like, bitch, I'm trying to help you out.
I don't care. I'm just trying to help you out. Bro.
So that's when I was like, okay, maybe this isn't what we need to do. Like, we don't need to be together. You know what I'm saying? Then he hit me with the I love you. Then I call him like, nigga, like, what are you talking about? And
in Walmart,
I remember,
girl, that was oh Lord, she is going through it.
Because then you have to do something, you had something, or what was happening? Like, you had to be somewhere.
I might have had to be somewhere, but I know like you took me to Walmart because we were in college still, right?
No, because we was in this Walmart.
Oh, we were in Asheville Walmart.
Yeah, and like I feel like you had to do something, or you was gonna hang out, do something, and because I was in the Walmart talking to him for like an hour, you was behind. He was like upset because she was like, girl, like leave him alone. Like, and so that was the time where I was like, you know what? He got me in Walmart talking for an hour, just sitting in the aisle. Like,
was it Christmas time?
It was something.
I just remember, you were sitting. I was about to say, weren't you sitting in the aisle, or am I tripping?
I was, because I was like, I couldn't move because I was like, I'm trying to break this off, and
I was like, oh my gosh.
And so I stopped there. I was like, no, this is not okay. And then one time, I was sitting in the car and I accidentally FaceTimed him and I hung up, and he was like, I'm guessing you didn't mean to text me. And I was like, no, but how are you? I was like, I need that one more time. So I was like, I needed that one more time. And then after that, I cut it off, and I was very proud of myself. So, and when I saw him, I was like, oh my gosh, like, this is crazy. You still are the same, because I'm working out. He's still over there talking to other girls in the other machines. I'm like, oh, this is how it is? Okay, cute, or whatever. So, you know, I did my own thing. And then a couple weeks later, he wasn't there. Yeah, he wasn't there anymore. So I guess he didn't have the motivation anymore, and he quit, or whatever the case may be. Or maybe it was too much because this baddie was up in there, you know, getting herself right. So, yeah, but don't take the old flames back, like, unless they really prove to you, like, I'm serious, like, here's the things that I've changed, and they take accountability. So,
yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
that's the only time I would agree with taking the old flame back. Because most of the time, I really do feel like it's just to see if they can, you know,
if you're still a dummy.
Yeah, if you're still a dummy, you still have access. So, I agree, girl.
Because he definitely knew, like, it was, like, on his time. I'm like, what about today? He's like, oh, I can't do today. Or, like, oh, let me add one more thing. It was like Valentine's Day. He was like, you know, I really want to be with you right now, but like my friends, they want to have a Valentine's Day party. And I'm like, what does that got to do with me? And so he's like, what did he say? Like, it's just like a singles mingles party. I was like, but you're not single. Like we're together. And you know, that's the crazy. That's why my brain was so tarnished, because it was just like, I'm like, we're together. Like, we are, But I knew the last time we ever hooked up, hung out, talked, it was at an apartment. And I came inside. He was all, shh, the roommates, shh. And so I'm like, oh, okay. I go into the room. It's a girl's room. A girl's room. I'm like, what? Why the hell's we in the girl? Who was this? Who is? And he's like, shh. He's like, this is my friend. She lets me stay here and blah, blah, blah. And he made a pallet on the floor for us to lay. And I'm like, so I said, so she sleeps on this bed and you just sleep on the floor on the pallet. He's like, yeah. I'm like, I knew he was lying, but I was like, I'm just trying to get this quickie real quick and then I'm gonna leave. So I got my little thing and then I left. He walked me to my car. We went to our abandoned place again. Then I dropped it back off and I went on about my life and I ended it. And yeah, like I was so dumb. Like he had me, but it's okay. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm a lover girl for real. So it's like I try to, just like be understanding, but I feel like that is what's got me in the situations that I've been in. Even to today, like I still be too understanding, but that's why like this last guy, I was just like, he doesn't have a car. I'm not about to pick you up at your job at 12 o'clock in the morning and I have to be up at 5 a.m. That's just not, if you're not making my life better or bringing something good, like, what I'm saying, then there's no need for us to be talking. All right, y'all, it's been fun, our first podcast ever, I'm very excited. Obviously with time is going to get better, tweaks and stuff. The cameras is going to be charged fully. We're not going to have no interruptions going on, Like, we're going to be good. I have so many good positive things for us in our near future. And, thank you for tuning in. Thank you for getting to know us a little bit, our dynamics, our sisterly bond. And, like I said, with each episode, I feel like you're going to see more and more of us. So I'm very excited.
Me too. Very excited. Make sure you guys tune in. Subscribe to the channel. We're just super excited to keep pushing content out to y'all and start this podcast as sisters. So we really hope you guys enjoyed this episode today.
Yes, so thank you for tuning in with Wind Down with CCG.